Hold on, guys, we are on Leech Lake. You can see behind me, it's literally flipping heaven. I'm going to talk to you about why you should have not just one flipping around the deck, but two flipping around. Starters, as you can see, like there's some stuff out here that's more sparse, and then there's some stuff back in there that's thick. If you plan on having one flipping bait that's going to go through both of those, you're going to give up either the appearance of the bait and how it falls, or your kind of presence in the water with one of those. You're going to have to take and give on something, because the perfect flipping weight back there is probably about a 1 ounce to 1.5 even, because it's really thick. And if you try and flip that on this sparse stuff, you're going to be like a bulldozer coming in and waking every fish up. It's going to be a lot of disruption in the water. So again, a 1-2 punch is probably the way to go. I have a 3/4 ounce on a 4/0 flipping hook, just a easy going creature bait. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but the whole point of it is to keep it subtle. So there's not a skirt on there. It's not all that big. It's just going to slide in and out of this outer cover stuff. So when you're dissecting an area like this, you can go up, and if they're in the sparse stuff, you can pick that apart. If they're in the back, then you have another rod set up for that. If you try and do both with one, it can get frustrating. Again, you can disrupt a lot of fish. Secondly, a little heavier rod. This is an 8-foot. This one's a 7/4. This is going to be my 1.25 ounce, and as you can see, I put a skirt on there too. So it's a little bit bigger profile with that bigger tungsten on there, and it's meant for really cracking through those deeper areas. You can't skyrocket a 3/4 ounce and hope it plunges through. You want to get in and out of that vegetation, pick it apart as easily and as subtly as possible to scare the least amount of fish. And if you're trying to do that with just one rod on the deck with one flipping bait, it's going to be tough. So in terms of line, both of these are on 50-pound test. A lot of guys will go up to 65, but quite frankly, there aren't a whole lot of fish in the state of Minnesota that are going to break you off at 50. If your line breaks at 50, you got something wrong, like a broken eyelid, or the line was cut or something like that, because 50-pound can hold up to a lot. So again, both rods are heavy rods. It's heavy gear, 8 1-to-1 gear H's. You want to get those fish out, but having 2 rods in the front of your deck compared to just one, and try and make one work for both situations when you're dissecting cover like this, is going to make you a heck of a lot more efficient.